Bahamas continues to suffer from poor choices when it comes to health and wellness. We have witnessed increases in non-communicable diseases, hypertension, diabetes, stress, and other conditions that lead to poor health. These diseases present challenges for employers, the economy, the country, family, and society at large. When one considers the number of sick days taken by employees each year, I heard Dr. Desiree talk about absenteeism, and considers the cost implications to businesses, it is safe to say that sickness is a major contributor to the cost of doing business in the Bahamas. The sad commentary is, though, that many of these issues can be avoided if we simply changed our lifestyles. Now, I'll tell you something very quickly. I just found out recently, and I would have been ashamed to say this before, but I'm okay with it now. But I found out recently that I was obese. I thought I was fine. I thought maybe a few pounds overweight, but I found that I was overweight and obese. And I was ashamed of myself for being told that I was obese. Right? I was literally ashamed that I was told that I was obese. So, I made some immediate changes to my lifestyle. Immediate changes to my lifestyle. And the changes have been expensive, but they have been necessary. Right? And then I found out that same day, and the person who told me I was obese is actually sitting in this room right now. I found out that same day that a very, very near relative of mine, one of my parents actually, had just found out that they were suffering from diabetes. So when I heard that I was obese, I had to do something very quickly. I will tell you this, I try not to do things and speak things that I'm not prepared to practice myself. So the first thing I did was I entered a fitness program. And incidentally, my fitness coach is actually sitting in the room, Mr. Ethan Point right there. He's the one who gave me the bad news about obesity and put me on a very good nutritional diet and an exercise regime. And I've also taken the initiative to introduce a plan of fitness to my staff. Because not only is it impacting me, but it's impacting the kind of outputs that I would like to see coming out of our organization. And if you're calling in sick because you're tired and you're ill and other things are happening that could have been avoided, then that affects my bottom line. So the question is, how do all of these health-related issues impact the economy of the Bahamas, and how can they be corrected? The health and wellness, should I say, the illness of the people of the Bahamas, have a direct impact on the economy of the country. When employees take time off from work because of illness, listen to this carefully now, when employees remove themselves from work because of illness, that impacts productivity. When productivity is impacted, that impacts the company's revenue. When your revenue is impacted, that could lead to companies making assessments of priorities in their businesses, and that often leads to companies making a decision to start cutting back on expenses. Nobody wants to hire people who call in sick 2 and 3 times a week. That's right. Private sector employers count these things every day that someone does not show up to work who should have been to work. That affects directly their revenue stream, their income. The challenge with that is that many of these things that people take time away from work for can be avoided. These are not the critical issues that we are going to be dealing with later on in this country. These are issues that are covered, Dr. Benby, under this primary health care type facility where a simple lifestyle change, going to see a physician once or so a year or whenever that is required, and taking decisions to change certain styles in your life will prevent you from being off work so often. So I'll say again that the health and wellness or the illness of the country will have a direct impact on the economy. Now, when employees take time away from work, it impacts the productivity, which impacts your revenue, which impacts the companies having to make assessments about making cuts and downsizing staff. And in case you do not know, whenever a company faces a challenge with their revenue and they are not able to meet profits, the first casualty is human resources. That's the easiest thing to deal with, is to write someone a note and say to them, I'm sorry, your services are no longer required, or the position you hold has now become redundant. We no longer need you in this organization, so here's your redundancy pay. Thank you so much. Have a good life. Always the first to go. Machines are now replacing people because machines don't call in sick. And when machines get sick, you call someone into the office to fix the machine, but there's always a backup to get things done. And for the most part, machines don't give you no attitude.